We'll dive in. All right. Hello, party people. I have my beautiful girly joining us for a live. She was a part of Coaching with Kim and Sam, and she was also a part of MU, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. And here and now, a little bit after MU has ended, she's obviously remained consistent with her process, gotten some additional help after the program ended, and now here we are to announce our gorgeous, beautiful, shining success story. And so I'm gonna let her kind of set the baseline of where where she was, where she was before finding me. And we're going to go on a very organic client journey of, where she was when she started and kind of build from there. If you guys have specific questions for her, drop them down in the chat. I will pick out a couple that I think might be helpful for people to understand, but I also do have some questions already prepared as well. So we're going to try to get into it all and pack it all into these next 30 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to kind of let her start and give us information about where her baseline was, where she was, what was or was not happening in her life during that period of time. And we will basically build from there. So I'm gonna let you chime in, my love, and let's get started.
Okay, sounds great.
Go for it.
So how I started was that I recently had broken up with my ex, and so my self-concept was very bad. Where I was blaming myself for why these things didn't happen for me, like why he didn't want to commit to me, and all of that. And so I realized that, like, once I joined MU, that, like, it gave me a new perspective on where I was. And what some of my limiting beliefs were.
That makes sense.
Yes, and I feel like working on those limiting beliefs has made me realize that my self-concept was very low.
Yeah. And so when it came to those limiting beliefs that you kind of uncovered inside of MU, Manifestation University, like give us a sneak peek, if you don't mind, if it's okay, to even just like name drop one or two of the limiting beliefs that really kind of hit you hard. Maybe you realized it, maybe you didn't, maybe it surprised you, but like obviously in the breakdown of a relationship with an ex, it's very fair to say that nobody's going to be feeling like sunshine and rainbows and, unicorns and butterflies. But did you anticipate to actually uncover some of the limiting beliefs that you did during that process?
During that process, I realized that I had limiting beliefs I didn't even know I had.
Yeah.
Because I realized I would repeat the old story very often rather than like focusing on the new one that I wanted.
Right.
Yes, and some of those limiting beliefs were like, men didn't want to commit to me, I wasn't enough, like I wasn't like worth for all of this, like for them to like spoil me and go beyond.
Yeah. So would you say that some of those limiting beliefs, like it's obvious that you're not a newbie to manifestation. Like you're aware of manifestation, its teachings, the principles, how your beliefs create your reality. Did it surprise you how autopiloted, I should say, maybe those beliefs were, that you didn't even realize it? Does that make sense? Because it's like, what I'm trying to ask is more so, we all are pretty like consciously aware people if we're studying personal development, manifestation, how to make our lives better. But sometimes I feel, and I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, that until we're kind of pushed or forced, so to speak, to sit down and evaluate where our stories are, we kind of are going through life on autopilot, not even really realizing it. So I'm wondering if that was the same experience for you, that you're like, personal growth, self-development, manifestation, and yet you didn't even realize some of the beliefs that you were hanging on to. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I love it. I love it. So in the process of uncovering these beliefs throughout MU and things of that nature, I want to kind of go into what were some of the things that helped you along your journey after identifying the limiting beliefs. Like, how was that process in shifting them? Were there any things that came up that were triggering? Were there any things that came up that were helpful? And how did you kind of navigate through that period of time? Whether it was through a technique, the program, something else you learned along the way. Like, I want to really get to the crux of, now we've identified these limiting beliefs. How was the process of shifting them?
The process of shifting them was very much more smooth once I joined coaching with Kim.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that helped me a lot because I now had someone who I can tell, like someone who was experienced, to tell me what I was doing wrong and what my limiting beliefs were.
Yeah.
And how I should navigate like those things I was struggling with.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Because sometimes even in our higher level programs, we can literally give you everything in the kitchen sink to be able to facilitate a result. But that's where sometimes a program is better, where it tells you and gives you all the things and it's like longer. And sometimes a shorter container, but it's just one-to-one, being able to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Eyes are only on you. We're only focused on you in that one-to-one container. There are different people that gravitate towards different things. And I'm glad that even though MU was super helpful and it helped you along the journey, that when you were not able to get to that full end result, you were like, you know what? I think what I need is just to be able to get some personal coaching, to have more one-on-one time. Because it's not that you didn't have like all the tools, it's just that sometimes we veer off path. Would you say that you identify as someone who sometimes, like, even when you have the process, you still kind of maybe get lost in the 3D, or sometimes you just struggle with not fully being able to maybe even communicate, you know what I mean, with someone during that period of time that kind of gets you out of alignment and off track?
Yes, I often experienced that before I joined coaching. I used to like be confused about like things that would happen in my 3D and what I should do about it. And I also wanted to like have the support of telling someone like some successes I've had.
Yeah.
And someone who would understand me, and like also if I had like a bad day or if I would spiral or something.
I love that. I love that a lot. So tell me more about like, what were some of the game changers? What were some of the game changers throughout your time in coaching that made this time different to be able to attract your end desire?
Some of the game changers for me were personally getting a custom routine for me to do every day.
Yeah, that's super helpful for sure.
Yes, and it was all about discipline for me. I've been doing it daily for myself, and also just tapping into the new state of the feeling of like of what I want in my 3D. Just like keep repeating it so it can reflect back to me.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, how soon were you able to either feel shifts happening internally? And then I also want to understand, how soon were you able to really see the external shifts happening just when you were able to get, like, into one-on-one, get that custom plan and basically have at it with your routine?
I feel like within the first 2 weeks, I felt shifts internally where I just felt like life has gotten a lot much more easier.
I love that. I love that. That's really, really great. And how much time would you say it took to see even just the smallest bit of like confirmation from the external reality?
I feel like it didn't even take that long. It took like within a week for like lots of BBLs to like appear to me in the 3D, and that just made me feel like I'm on the right path when I've talked to Coach Kim about it.
Yeah, I love that so much. So, how long were you attempting to manifest on your own before coming into coaching and getting results in 1 to 3 weeks, or 1 to 2 weeks? Sorry. How long were you at it on your own?
I feel like it was months that I didn't get results on my own because I didn't know how to navigate my own journey.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it was a struggle before.
That's such an elegant way of putting it. I didn't know how to navigate my own journey, because the truth of the matter is I didn't know how to navigate my own journey. And that was one of the things that was really troublesome for me, because it's like, if you don't know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And I want to even extend onto this and say, I bet you would also identify as someone who's watched like countless videos, and yet you're still kind of doubting and questioning why it's been so many months and like things aren't moving, and yet here other people are getting results. Like, tell me a little bit about your thought process when it comes to that.
I feel like when I would watch all of these videos, I had all of this information, but I just didn't know how to apply it to my own, to my own life, what I was manifesting.
Yeah, that makes so much sense, because it's like, we do have a lot of information out there. However, we don't know how to sift, sort it. We don't know how to actually take it and break it down. We don't know what to do technically daily to shift these beliefs, to be able to go from point A to point B. That's a really, really elegant way of putting it. So you started to experience a lot more ease in your life, even just in the first 1 to 2 weeks after doing it for literally months on your own. Would you say that there was anything in particular that really helped in that process to be able to see that so fast? Was it just even Kim's presence and support and expertise being there that gave you more confidence?
Yes, that helped me a lot, knowing that I had someone who was very experienced in the field, and just knowing I was able to communicate with her with any questions I had throughout the day.
Yeah.
I love it.
She had a clean package.
She had a clean package. Got it. Yeah. So being able to text the coach is obviously huge. That's why we offer that. So during the process of, shifting your belief systems and things of that nature, I'm guessing you didn't even need to have a full 100% belief before that stuff started to come in. Things were starting to be more easier. Tell me a little bit about that process. Like, were you actually surprised how quick it came?
I feel like I wasn't even surprised when it actually comes into my 3D. Like, it's surprising, but like, it's not at the same time.
Yeah, I get it. I love it. I love it. So tell us a little bit about what it is exactly that you've been able to manifest in this short period of time. We all really want to understand what your successes have been throughout this process.
I've been able to manifest lots of good things, actually.
Go for it.
Does it have to be just for like from people or
all of the things, like internal, external, emotional, confidence. Like literally I want to hear like your laundry list of whatever your truth is, like whatever, you know, you feel has just been a positive benefit from this experience that has impacted your life for the good.
So I was able to manifest like a new identity of myself where I'm confident and just able to like expect these things naturally from men. And like if it's not what I want, I feel like I can easily let it go now.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like it's not personal to me, and if it's not what I want, I'm like there's something else better coming for me.
So you're able to have more emotional discipline and break codependency kind of for good, because now you're fully solid within your self-concept. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
I love that. Tell me more.
She's also manifested money.
Oh, she's manifested money. Ooh, tell us more about that.
Yes. While I was working on my self-concept, I've manifested unexpectedly like money that just came, like high amounts of money that just came that like popped up on my bank account, because right now I'm currently in college, and so like I usually get refunds, but like this refund was like a very huge amount of money that I never like received before.
Do you want to share? Is it in like 4 figures, 5 figures? Will you at least tease?
Usually they give me like 1K, but like this time they give me like 3K.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Money is money. And once again, it goes to show that you didn't even need to work on it. But once you improved certain areas within your own self-concept, and also obviously your concept of the things that you're desiring, things are starting to move, things are starting to flow. And this is what I love about it, because she did not have to put in work to do this. It goes to show that like your conscious, active effort is not really, as terrible as it is to say, worth that much. Meaning that 95% of your external reality is stemming from the beliefs that are already hardwired into your brain based on your experiences, your perception of yourself, your perception of the world, your perception of what it is that you're desiring. There's several different factors, your focus also, that go into having, I should say, maybe like blockages in certain areas of your life. If you are having an area of your life where no matter how hard you're trying physically, you can't get ahead 100% of the time, 200% of the time, it just has everything to do with beliefs that are not in your favor, running on autopilot. She is not a newbie to manifestation. She knows how her beliefs impact, what she's experiencing. And yet even she didn't realize some of these programs that were on autopilot. She is not new to the scene. I can't emphasize that enough. She's watched all the videos. She's seen all the creators. And yet she didn't really fully understand what was her side of the street, what was her obligation in the process, despite, consuming all this content. She still didn't really understand what was her responsibility to do. She also couldn't guide and direct herself throughout that process to be able to get the results that she was really wanting. And so that's where having a custom plan that is literally just made for you and your end goal and your success, with the mindset of how can we help shift this person's beliefs, thoughts, expectations, emotions permanently, to also get it to keep it, not get it to lose it. Remember that when we hear your desires, we also can hear some of the lack in it. We also can hear some of the poor concept in it, whether that's on you, whether that's on money or love or health, whether that's on anything. And even just within a few sentences, we can hear you guys kind of selling yourselves out, so to speak, around certain limits that you have, justifiably so. But it's just something we have a really good knack for. Like, you can literally talk, and in 2 minutes, I can already point out 10 things that are going in the wrong direction and how we're going to redirect them into the correct direction. And Kim and Sam also have that exact same knack for it, because that was my biggest gripe as well. Like, I'm very similar to S, where my biggest problem is, why is nobody telling me what to do, how to do it, when to do it? Like, these results, they seem nice, but how do I actually go from where I am now to where I want to be? I've consumed all the content, I've done all the things, and yet I'm still here. And yet my desire is not here. And yet, even though it came in, it may be left again. And it just leaves you constantly confused, constantly like questioning or doubting, what am I actually doing wrong? How is it that others are getting it, but I'm not getting it? And so it's several parts and components kind of all wrapped up into one. But yeah, like, these are my thoughts when it comes to this type of process. I do want to hear, though, also, what were some of your other wins that you achieved throughout this process?
Throughout this process, I got like a limited edition opportunity to like buy this like makeup product that was only being sold in New York.
Okay, I love that.
And I was able to get my hands on it because I unexpectedly, like, I knew I wanted it.
Yeah.
But then I just like let it go, and then like the next day someone contacted me about it, that they had an extra item of it.
I like that. I think that that's really cool. What else happened during this period of time? I know love was also something that was a big importance and priority for you during this period of time. Tell me a little bit more.
I went from like having like men just not wanting to commit to me and just looking for short-term relationships with me, to like men wanting to take me out on dates, complimenting me all the time. And like, they were just like so obsessed with me too.
I love it. I love it. Isn't that so crazy? Like, and literally you didn't do anything different. Like, you didn't partake. Like, I see things online sometimes and I just roll my eyes, but like, I don't know if you've heard of this, S, or not, but it's like, there's been trends on social media where it's like, we're partaking in the dark feminine, thing. We're partaking in like the red nail theory. And it's like, and it's like, or wearing certain clothes. And it's like, none of that actually matters. Like, none of it. Like, I wish I could tell you that like even one thing mattered. None of it. Like, just none of it matters, because tell me, like, walk me through your thought process of that, because that's obviously a very night and day difference. Like, I want you to kind of like walk me through, like, what were your thoughts when you just changed your thoughts and now, oops, all of a sudden men are treating me like a freaking goddess? You know what I mean? Like, was it weird? Like, was it one of those, like, you say that like it's weird, but it's not weird. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's different to also be in it, So it's like, to experience such a stark difference, even though your thoughts are creating, like, how surreal was it to be like, wow, that was genuinely all I had to do?
Yes, it felt very like expected to me. Like, all these thoughts were like, I deserve this. I won't like expect anything less than like of what my standards are.
Kim gave you a really good self-concept program. I can tell you that. She's got you on lock.
Listen, we're doing money next, girl.
I'm excited. I'm just so excited because for me, I'll be honest, you're like, I expected it. You know what I mean? Because I ain't expecting nothing less. It's giving very like, And I love that. And I love that for you. But it's like, for me, if I was honest, if I was in a scenario where you said you were being rejected or just like looked over, was that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, men are obsessed with me. I'd be like, what happened here? What has gone on here? It's like, you know the principles, but yet it's different to actually really, truly, fundamentally shift and then see it. Because I was a girly that I was following, these coaches, manifestation, personal growth, self-development online for literally years with zero movement, zero results, zero across the board, across all areas. Like, there wasn't even one area of my life that was improving until I discovered this one thing that made all the difference in the world and actually allowed me to shift my beliefs above and beyond what creators were just saying in these one-trick wonder videos online. And that is literally the basis of how we teach and help people in these programs and in one-to-one. You're just very, you definitely were in good hands. And I love that, Kim was able to be there by your side, because I feel like I call it like a manifestation, like BFF, right? It's like a manifestation BFF that, like, instead of talking to, and it's not that you shouldn't talk to your friends, right? But sometimes when you're talking to other manifestation BFFs, they don't know how to help you or guide you. So a lot of times the conversations in nature just tend to be very focused on doubt, questioning, wondering what's wrong, ruminating in the negative. And it's like, none of that is helping you to actually manifest more, to be on track, because you don't know how to lead yourself. You don't know how to support yourself. In many instances, you don't even know why it's not here yet. And even if you know, you're struggling to understand what's not actually shifting to make me into a success story. Like, even if okay, I haven't technically done this, the truth of the matter is, if you knew how to do this, you would have done this. So what you're probably then realizing is, like, what I'm doing isn't working. Like, I've said this for a long time. If your process that you're utilizing hasn't worked in 30 to 60 to 90 days, the chances are that one day it's just gonna bop you on the head and fall from the sky and magically start to work when it hasn't, is not really realistic. It means that some part of what you've got going on, or maybe you don't even have a full process that is going on, is flawed. Because if it could work by now, it would have worked by now. Especially when literally everyone reports the same things. In as little as 1 to 3 weeks, they're already seeing movement. And yet we see people in this community who are manifesting for years and they're still nowhere closer. It tells me, I don't care how many videos you consumed. Your beliefs haven't shifted. Your expectations haven't shifted. Oh, but I've watched the videos. Oh, but I know this. Oh, but I know that. Well, my love, if you knew it and if it happened, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, very respectfully. And so it's like, we either accept that our beliefs, our thoughts, our expectations, our predominant assumptions create our reality and that they're the basis of all things, or we're saying it's like a load of garbage and we're throwing it into the garbage bin. But there is no in between. If you're in a scenario where no matter how hard you have been trying, it's not going ahead, it's energetic then. And it's such a beautiful and releasing and exhale type of experience to see that finally show up after months or maybe years of not getting it. They're literally just the slightest tweaks in what we have discovered that has been the game changer for everyone to get results. Like, it's not that you need these big, huge things to change. It is just realizing this one thing that causes the slightest shift in your energy that puts you into direct alignment with that of what you want. And then we stay there. Then we hold you there. Then we teach you processes, techniques, etc. on how anytime you get bounced out, how to basically get bounced in, to give you the thought processes, mindset shifts and tools that when things are not going your way, how to set them back on track. when things are slowing down, how to pick them back up. When you have it, how to keep it and passively maintain it permanently.
I'm so proud.
You know what I mean? Mom's a proud mama right now.
I am.
She is a proud mom. Her extra bonus daughter, she's just over here glowing and she's living the life, and men are obsessed with her, and money is coming to her. Money's tripling without her having to do anything. And she's more confident, and she's more vibrant, and she's more happier. Tell me, are there any other things that you feel like you've really benefited from throughout this process or experience that you want to pay it forward with?
I really benefited from all the benefits that the coaching plan gave me, such as like the calls and the texting.
How good was the texting? It sounds like the texting was what did it for you. Like you just wanted to be able to reach out and get those touch points. Did that really truly impact your state to be able to have that 24/7 access to Kim to go back and forth?
Yes, it just gave me reassurance and more confidence in myself that I was on the right path, and that just like gives me motivation to just keep being disciplined and keep going with what I'm already doing.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. That literally makes so much sense. Well, I have to ask it because everybody asks me to ask it, but I'm sure it's probably a cliche thing to say at this point in time. Do you think it was worth it? Do you recommend it to someone else that may be on the fence wanting to change their lives, but they're worried, they're skeptical? What would you say to those types of people?
I would say I definitely recommend it, especially if you have been manifesting for months with no results. Because with Coach Kim, she easily identified my limiting beliefs and gave me a routine that I needed to do. And that really helped me. And I just feel like I would definitely go back again with manifesting another thing with her.
I love it. Well, apparently we're doing money next. Mom's already willing that into your space, which I love. Like, let's make you rich as hell.
That's like that millionaire girl,
this
right?
is the next step in this process. We're going to dissolve and heal these money blockages and get the moolah to flow. You know, it's really funny, and this is like a little side venture in my head that's going off, but I'm bringing Kim into the conversation for a brief second. Remember how you said you had that one guy in your personal client that you're like, we were in the car, me and Mom, the other day with my bro, and she goes, this client of mine, he is manifesting money hand over fist.
Oh yeah, I'm still working with him. We're working on SP now.
Yeah, hand over fist.
Rolling in it.
And I was like, I love this expression, manifesting money. Hand over fist.
He is making that dough ring.
He's just making angels in the money, and he's laying it on the floor, and he's like, bring me my tea now.
He's dining in like 5-star hotels and everything on his vacations.
He is literally he's literally dining in 5-star hotels on his vacations. And it's funny because money is so fun and it's so easy for us, especially like obviously just to heal money blockages in general allows money to flow through all avenues, allows you to attract raises, better opportunities, etc., etc. But where I even really love is, you know, for fellow business owners. Like I love to be able to work with them to explode their businesses. I had a girlie also by the name of S, and she literally came in and she's now doing 5-figure months in her business. And I know Dad, also the Money King, has a girl that's doing 20K months in her business, and it's like there's just the money is flowing. And then there's my other girl, also S. Oh my gosh, I'm realizing all these money things. She's my biggest success story, like one of them, where she has now successfully manifested 8 figures of acting contracts as like a full-time actress / influencer. She just landed another deal. That of what she signed an NDA, so she's not able to fully speak on it. But it goes to show, guys, I was literally in a scenario where no matter how hard I slogged away, nothing would get better. And there's nothing that's going to work better for you than this subconscious reprogramming. And even if you think you did it, and you think it's not the special snowflake that's going to help you, I guarantee you probably didn't do it to the depth and really heal the root problem, or else we would not be having the conversation.
Yep.
And I say that like with folded hands, like with the utmost amount of respect, because otherwise what you're trying to convince me of is that you're floating. Like the law of gravity, the law of physics doesn't work for you. And what I'm trying to say is that you're not. You know what I mean? So it just means that things didn't actually maybe shift at the root to actually reflect in your reality. And so going back into this and giving it a shot is important, because obviously we're not here to be stagnant. It's frustrating to be stagnant. We want to go ahead in certain areas of our lives that we have not been able to go ahead. And as soon as we shift these thoughts, expectations, beliefs, emotions, however you want to put it, it is a guarantee. There is nobody who has shifted their beliefs, thoughts, expectations, emotions, however you want to put it, whatever fancy word you want to put on it, and just still stayed in the reality that wasn't so nice. So if you're still in the reality that's not so nice, it just means the shift did not happen at a deep subconscious fundamental level. We don't do superficial work here. We go deep, we challenge you, we get to the core and the crux of things, so that when you change and you shift paradigms, like you shift quantum realities permanently, so that you have it to keep it, not get it to lose it. And that is very important, and what kind of sets us apart and different from other individuals. You may not like some of our suggestions or what we tell you to do,
But we know what we're talking about.
but it's going to work better than anything you've ever done before in the history of your life. So take the trade up there. But thank you, my love, so very much. Is there any other, things that you may want to pay it forward to our lovely viewers that are watching this before I let you go?
I would say I definitely recommend you guys to get a coaching plan with either Coach Kim or Sam, because it has really helped me a lot.
Yeah.
And it's really worth it.
I'm really so happy to hear that, because your success is our success. We literally glow to see you guys succeed and to transform right in front of our eyes. It's like, you have a little child and they've just graduated, and they just graduated, and we're like, we get so excited for you guys, because we saw you. I don't want to say when you're at your worst, that sounds dramatic, but we saw you in moments where you weren't your best. You kind of were out of touch with the truth of who you are, and we saw all that beautiful, shiny potential. We knew what you were capable of, as long as you were able and open and willing to do what we suggested. And then look at how different things have turned out. I mean, do you think that, even though obviously you know how this works and you know how the process works, did you expect to feel this good and to receive so many shifts in this period of time?
I used to not expect it, but it just came, all of these good things came flowing into my life.
I love it.
Amazing.
It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Well, thank you, my love, for your time. I can't wait for you and Kim to continue to kill it so we can do a part 2 of this. But I will let you go. Thank you so much for everything, and continue to stay in touch with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my love. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. So I didn't want to stroke your ego or anything.
Of course not, because that makes me feel good.
I know.
I know her dad will be a little,
I know, right? However, I do see some comments in here that say Kim is the GOAT.
Oh my God!
Kim is amazing. Kim's wonderful.
Oh my God.
Mama Mystery for the win because Josh is here, obviously.
Of course Josh is there.
Yes, and I'm just like, all right, fine. Like, I'll let you have it.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. That makes me so happy.
My parents, you guys are literally bonus children. Like, you're invited to the barbecue. Come over. We're going to maybe have an event in Orlando for any of y'all who are genuinely, you love us so much that you want to hang and chill in person.
We're going to do that.
We're going to do a coaching style little symposium. Rapid coaching where I get up and teach, but then I also bring up a hot seat for you to give you guys for you to ask me questions or the fam questions, and for us to hang out and have a really amazing time. So
you know who's gonna come?
Josh.
Oh, he'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll book a flight. Just say when.
I know he would.
Yeah. So it's like, stay on the horizon for something like that, and or if you want to get put on a waiting list for something like that, we have about an 50 to 80 person space that we can accommodate and put people into. And so if you want to be one of those people that gets to come in, once again, we're not doing anything crazy on pricing. We want to be able to get this out to more people. It's not going to be anything more than $100. So it's going to be either $100 or lower. And we're going to be hanging out for several hours together. Maybe afterwards we all go out and eat food and hang out, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a wonderful time.
Who said on the goat? I'd like to know.
I don't know the person's name because it's a username.
What's the username?
It's QRWT. You're not going to be able to get anything from that. I know.
Who else said something besides my boy Josh?
I mean, there are comments in here. It's going to be in Orlando, Florida, guys. It's going to be in Orlando. So if you're willing to drive or fly, we do have discounted room rentals because my uncle casually owns the hotel right next to the airport. But yeah, I really love this. I see that there are some questions about coaching, so I'm going to take a minute to answer some and to let you know about one-on-one. If you have any questions, please drop them though. So right now, due to my, video that came out and it's gone pretty viral, basically what's ending up happening, how many days? That's a great question. I didn't know if somebody would hang out for more than a day.
I think one to 2 days maximum.
I was thinking like a weekend, but I'm like, is that too ambitious?
Yeah.
Is that too ambitious? Should it just be
1 day?
A 1 day, like proper day? And, you guys are then able to kind of like explore and do your thing. But that's a great question. Send us an email if you want to be on that list. But when it comes to one-to-one coaching, I want to take a quick second to go into that because we do have a sale that's happening right now on all one-to-one coaching.
Well,
so
one-to-one coaching with whom? That always gets confusing.
Well, I mean, I'll honor it for myself also. Okay. It doesn't matter to me. But as an example, I'm looking at my own website right now to make sure I don't misspeak. I will say that option 1 on our website, which you can pull up everything in the link in my bio, it is safe to open that link, even though TikTok or Instagram sometimes flags it. They are safe links. It is in fact my bio. It is in fact my website. That option 1 is kind of considered our more premium option, right? It is the one that has the unlimited texting, which is what S had. So if you're someone who likes to be able to reach out to someone and, verify and check what's happening, what's going on, am I on the right track, and to have kind of like that manifestation BFF in your corner, option 1 is your call and text. So that's the premium option where you get to skip the line because we do have bookings that are already booked. So you would get to skip the line as much as it is there on the website, and you'll see the availabilities to be able to get like first precedent at availability times and things of that nature, dates with us. As soon as we have that first phone call, you're going to get your custom plan within 24 hours. That first call is all about us understanding, first of all, what you've been doing, what you're manifesting, and how long you've been manifesting it, and for us to really find the holes or gaps in what is currently happening that's keeping you in separation. So what you want is here and where you are is here. We're going to figure out why that is, why what you're doing now isn't working, and what needs to change and happen and shift to be able to be one with that desire, to have it here and now for you, in that spot. And so the premium option, the perks and benefits is it's call and text, and you get to skip the line. That's the benefit. Option 2 is just calls only. It's just calls only. Yeah, it's a manifestation fast pass. I love that, Josh. Calls only, meaning that you're not really someone that would need to text us, to reach out to us. You're very self-motivated. You're very disciplined. You just want to be evaluated, just like how I mentioned, told what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And then you're putting your head down and you're running your race. You don't need this extra outside support, because the extra outside support you pay one flat premium for. And then whether you message us one time or 100 times, it doesn't matter. You're paying for the unlimited 1 month access. So sometimes people who might message us like 50 times, throughout a month, 100 times throughout a month, you're literally paying like a $5 footlong, for all these questions, versus a lot of other coaches may be charging you up to $50 or $100 or $200 to even ask a question, so this is like a really great affordable option. And then obviously the other ones is calls only. You're still getting the plan. The only thing you're not getting is the texting. So that's been taken out. And because the texting can be so vital, we also cut the price in half for that, because it is just the calls and just the plan, which so many people, so many of our biggest success stories have been able to manifest just off of that 3-call package and a plan alone, because that was what they needed. They just needed to have that evaluation. They needed to be told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And they were very self-motivated to stop their own BS and move forward. So it's important for you to select the correct package. Don't try to undercut yourself and then be in it and then need more support. I always tell you, get more support, and it's better than having less support and feeling like I'm not getting enough of what I really need right now. And then the last and final option is just a single consult. Now, there's no discount on this. It is at full price. It's just a one-time call to have an evaluation and for us to give you at least just some basic instructions on what you can do independent of us pointing out what might not be working out and helping you to give you some guidance of what you can do and what you can shift on your own and on your own time. I won't lie, I took away the consults for a period of time because I just wasn't a big fan, because you're not going to be able to change your whole life in one phone call. You do need the support. You do need the customization. You do need the ability to access someone with a higher level of knowledge and understanding to put you on the right path. But due to the popular demand, we have brought it back for people where maybe they just want to get a call before hopping into a package. Or maybe that's just, one call is where they're at right now. But I do want to set really good, fair expectations that it is really hard to change so many different aspects of your life in a single phone call. And the custom plans are really only for people that have a package, not a consult. So you would need at least to hop into the 3-call package or the premium option to be able to get access to that custom plan. Because we can't give you a custom plan if we're never going to talk to you again. That's reckless. And that's just not what we do, not what we believe in morally or ethically. So these are our options for personal. What S did was the call and text, which was the manifestation fast pass. Please note that all options have a payment plan. However, the discount is basically on the premium option, which is call and text, $200 off the price. And for the call only, $100 off the total price.
But they can do an afterpay, can't they, if it's more affordable?
If you are in a scenario where the sticker price is not something that you can even do on a normal traditional pay half now, pay half in 2 weeks. You can even do an afterpay to allow yourself to get in, provided that your country is compatible with that. For any and all of those links, you would need to send me an email, manifestwithpersis@gmail.com. Or if you end up forgetting that, you can send me a DM and I'll give you the email so that you can be in direct correspondence requesting for which link you want. We are only going to send the links for people that are genuinely interested in signing up, because otherwise people sometimes stash and store the links and then try to access them weeks or months later after the sale has ended. And this literally ends on Sunday. It literally ends on Sunday. So if you know that now is the right time and this is the right thing of what you need to be working on, and you know that mindset, energy, your thoughts, your beliefs, your expectations, your predominant emotions are creating your reality, but at this present point in time, you're not where you want to be, you feel you should be further along with the amount of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that you have acquired, we'd be more than honored to help lead, guide, and direct you down that path, to evaluate what's keeping you separate, and to give you the roadmap of what you need to do to get it and get it now. People are seeing results in as little as 7 to 14 to up to 21 days. That is not a long period of time. And it's not a fluke, because literally everyone sees results in that period of time, roughly, as long as they are fully being accountable and doing everything to the book, to the T. I can't be a worm and go inside your brain and reprogram your subconscious. Miss Kim, Mr. Sammy cannot go in your brain and be a worm and reprogram your subconscious. You have to take personal accountability to do the work, but we are going to give you the answer key to your manifestation with our vast amount of knowledge, wisdom, and expertise of having literally already helped over 2,000 plus people get it in 90 days or less. And so I don't see anyone who produces the quickness, the bigness, the caliber of success stories so consistently like how we do. If you are ready to take that leap, to take that dive, and you want us to be your GPS system, so to speak, send us an email at themanifestwithpersis@gmail.com, or send me a DM and I'll type out the email for you to contact us so that you can take advantage of the deal while it's here. Since that video went viral, we are having a lot of people jump into these offers, whether it's the one-to-one, whether it's the membership, whether it's Chosen, because even Chosen has a $500 off right now for 2 months. And so I want you to be in a scenario where if you know what you want, you know that you're ready to dive in, talk to us, communicate with us, and let's see how we can get you started so we can have that first phone call, so we can have that evaluation, so that we can give you that custom plan. And then that plan becomes your Bible. You better know it inside out, upside down, backwards, forwards, frontwards, in all directions. And I assure you, there is no way that if you're following that consistently and diligently, and if you're shifting your beliefs and expectations, you cannot not get it. The only time you don't get it is if you don't do it and you don't shift it. This is literally the definition of how to shift it, how to do it, what to do, and support along each and every single step in that journey. I cannot think of more things to give you to set you up for success. The only thing you're required to bring is your ability to do the work and remain disciplined and reach out to us when you're struggling so we can be of service and help and assistance to you to keep you on track. That's it. That's it. Imagine something that's so simple. You just have to follow it and do it and then get everything you've ever wanted. That's what coaching with us is like. So if you're feeling that call, send us an email. Understand that as spots get filled up, You will be waiting a little bit longer to get on that first call because there's only so many calls we can take in a day without collapsing. And we also need a mental rest and an emotional recharge between things. So Sunday is your deadline. That is your timer. If you're feeling it, we'd feel honored to be able to assist you down this path. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and we will chat soon.